Hi, Scorpios. This is Genevieve with Belladonna Moonbeams. How are y'all doing? I'm doing great. I just got back from vacation and I'm excited about that, obviously, because I had a great time at the Myrtles in St. Francisville, Louisiana. And I also had a really good time in Jefferson, Texas, which is a cute little town, kind of like Eureka Springs back in the day. It's not quite as big as Eureka's become, kind of like Branson without the music. It's got a lot of history, got some craft stores, some antique stores, and it's growing. And so it's a really fun place to go visit, and it's got a swamp. So, I mean, the food, yeah, there's some really good places and some really not so good places. Okay. As you know, while I was at the Myrtles, I opened this deck of Oracle cards, the Magic of You Oracle cards by Fiona Horn. I am loving them. So I pulled a card for you. And this card, Scorpios, is the Paradisical. Disical? And it says you belong to paradise. Well, but I don't know about y'all, but I don't feel like I'm in paradise most of the time. So how do you get there? Well, that's how you get affirmations are how you get there. I want y'all to take out a mirror every single day this week and tell yourself that you have value and that you love yourself. And even if you don't feel it, realize that you need to fake it till you make it. And I know that sounds so cliche, everybody says it, but I found it to be true. If you start telling yourself you love yourself and that you have value, you're going to start believing it. And you're going to feel so much better. By the way, this is September 7, 2020, and it's the reading for the week of September 7, 2020 through September 13, 2020. And yes, just in case you haven't noticed, I am late. And that's because I was on vacation and it's Labor Day. So I'm lazy. Shoot me. So anyway, not literally, figuratively. The next card I pulled from the Cheryl Richardson self-care cards. There's a funny story about this. I do not like thrift shopping just because it's a lot of work. But my daughter and her friend does. So we were in Hawaii and they saw a thrift shop. Those girls can see a thrift shop a mile away. I swear, they can sniff one out. So the next you know, we're thrift shopping. And I never find anything. They do. They're finding everything. So I find this Oracle deck, and then it languished on my shelf forever and a day. And a month or two ago, I opened it up and discovered it's awesome. It's really cool. So the card I get for y'all on that is release. Have a good cry. Grief is a doorway to your deepest self. So this week, y'all have something that you're mourning. Some loss. It could be a job. It could be a spouse. It could be something from back in the day. But you're feeling that grief. And it's okay to feel it. I'm not saying to dwell in it. Do not stay in the mud puddle. But it's okay to feel it while you need to. Only you can determine how you need to. But let me explain what I mean by that. I knew a woman who had lost her mother and she had never been married. And she was still mourning like it was her spouse 7 or 8 years later. It was horrible. That doesn't mean you can't miss someone. Missing people happens a lot. But you can't be mourning and in your pity pot for 7 years. Well, actually, you can because I've seen it, but you shouldn't be. You should not be. But I have people in my life that when I think about them, I have a little bittersweetness. But that does not mean that I'm mourning. It just means that I miss them. There's a big difference. So the first card I get is the Queen of Swords for y'all. And this is a woman, and it's reversed. And what this card is telling me is that there is a woman in your life who's been trying to control things, control you. especially in light of the fact that the next card I get is the Queen of Cups. And this woman who's been trying to control things is a narcissist. And she's trying to run your stuff. And she's trying to get up in your business and do things for you, sort of for you, but it's really not. It's all about her. This person does not need to be allowed to do that to you. You deserve better. And if you let that go and you start on a new project that this woman's telling you is not a good idea, you're going to be successful. This project is going to lead to success for you. But you're going to have to trust yourself. And you're going to have to grieve that loss of that person. Because that person's been around for a while. But you can do better. And you need to learn to appreciate you. So, have a good cry. And get up and brush yourself off and start on your new project because you're going to be successful at it. If you want to do a private reading, send me a text 405-512-9400 or go to my Facebook page, Belladonna Moonbeams, and send me a private message. And if not, I'll see y'all next week. Bye-bye, Scorpios.